So had a lot of trouble sleeping because I'm just not comfy sleeping in the presence of others and not in my own bed. Yeah, it was kind of rough, but like it's fine. It was fine. So the next morning I went out and then I called a Lyft to go to the train station. And I tweeted about it, okay? Why didn't you Uber? It would cost like $100 or more. Probably more than $100. I called a Lyft to go to the train station. And it was only like 10 minutes long, but I swear it's like the longest Lyft drive. Longest Lyft of my life, man. It was only like a $10, not $10, 10-minute Lyft to the station. But oh my god, it was so freaking long. So let me tell you the whole story because I could not encapsulate all of the feelings in my tweets. I could not encapsulate all of my feelings about this Lyft ride in my tweets. Okay? Can't facepalm any harder. I'm not a car. I don't know much about cars, okay? Don't forget to change the electric powder in the headlights once a year. Okay, I don't know much about cars, but I know that that's not a thing. So I go outside and then like I check the license plate. I check the license plate just to make sure it's the right car, and then I get in the car and then the driver turns to me and he's like, "Are you Chinese?" And like usually I don't know what specific ethnicity this guy is, but he looks Asian to me, and usually people only ask that because they want to speak Mandarin or something. They usually only ask that because they want to speak Mandarin. So he's like, "Are you Chinese?" And I'm just like, "Yeah," because like I don't want to get into it. I just give simple answers because I'm not expecting to have a conversation. So I just go, "Yeah." And he goes, "Haha, I could tell because you checked the license plate." I'm like, "Is that a Chinese thing? Is it a Chinese thing to make sure you're getting in the right car before you get in a stranger's car?" And I'm like, okay. So he starts driving, and I low-key like don't remember too much about the beginning part. But he's like, "Are you a student? Because like my friend lives around a school. Are you a student here?" And I'm like, "Oh no, I'm just visiting. I'm just visiting my friend." And he's like, "Oh, I see." And then he's like, so you're going back to China?" And I'm like, "No, I'm just going home to a different city." And he's like, "Oh, okay. Oh, so you live here?" I don't remember like the flow of the conversation, but he was something like, "Oh, you're like living here? Like, do you have a job?" And I'm like, "I do have a job." Yes, I have a job. And then like he's like, "Oh, what do you work? Oh, like, oh, what do you do for work? Blah blah blah." And I'm just like, "I'm a project manager." And he's like, "Oh, cool. Okay, blah blah blah." And then he keeps asking questions, and I just keep giving BS answers because I don't want to tell him what I do. And he's like, "Oh, your English is really good." And I'm like, "Thank you. So's yours." And he's like, "Of course, I live here 34 years. Of course my English is good. I'm American." And I'm like, "Oh, I mean, me too." "Oh, you have a work visa?" And I'm like, I'm like, "Yeah, I have a job." And then I figure out at this point that he's Korean. It's like a middle-aged Korean man that moved to America, I guess 34 years ago. And he's like, "Oh, okay." So I was like, "Yeah, I went to school." So okay, the thing about this guy is like he'll say something, he'll like make an assumption about me, like he'll say something based on something that I said, but then he'll say something that was like loosely based on it but not even, and then before I can answer he goes, "Ah, haha, okay," as if confirming himself. And I'm like, I don't even have the room to object anymore. I don't even have the room to object anymore, so I just have to keep going with the narrative that he's come up with in his own head. So like I forgot what happened, but at some point I was like, yeah, I was a student like a couple years ago, but I graduated. And he was like, oh, no wonder your English is so good. You were an international student. And I'm like, at that point, I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'm just going with it. It's like, is he just rage baiting you? I don't freaking know, man. I don't know. But like, yeah, he started asking me about my job, and he's like, you have work visa? And then like, I was just gonna go with it, but then I was like, in my head, I'm like, I don't know anything about work visas. Like, if he starts asking specifics, I'm not gonna know anything about work visas. So like, he was like, oh my god, I it's like all a blur in my head because I'm so confused at what was going on. He was like, yeah, something about like the work visas. He was like, oh, what job you have? Like, what? How did you get your like work visa or something? And I'm like, at that point, it's already been like a while, and he's already been assuming that I'm international for a while. And at that point, I just had to go like, I'm American. I'm American. And he goes, huh? And I was like, I was born in America. And he was like, oh, so you're Chinese American? And I'm like, yeah, sure.